Japan's royal family, the chrysanthemum throne, is the oldest continuous hereditary monarchy on Earth, a line said to stretch back over 2,600 years, connecting mortals to the gods. Legend says Japan's first Emperor Jimmu ascended the throne in 660 BCE, claiming divine descent from Amaterasu, the sun goddess. Though historians debate these early emperors, they remain crucial to Japan's national mythos, a sacred link binding the nation together. Early rulers wielded both religious and political power. In the Kofun period, 3rd to 6th centuries CE, huge burial mounds were built for powerful clan leaders, many believed to be early emperors or their relatives. The Yamato clan, ancestors of the imperial line, dominated these centuries, unifying rival clans under one court. Chinese chronicles mention these rulers and their emissaries. By the Asuka period, 6th to 7th centuries, Buddhism and Confucian ideals transformed the court. Powerful families like the Soga clan guided the young throne, balancing ancient Shinto beliefs with imported Buddhist rituals. Emperors like Emperor Suiko and Prince Shotoku strengthened the monarchy's prestige and governance, sending envoys to China, building temples like Horyuji, and codifying laws. But real power often lay with court nobles, pulling the strings behind the scenes. In 710, the imperial capital moved to Nara, then in 794 to Heian, Kyoto. The Heian period marked the peak of aristocratic culture. Poetry, calligraphy, and courtly intrigue flourished. But even here, emperors began losing authority as the Fujiwara clan rose, marrying daughters into the royal line and ruling as regents. By the 11th century, the imperial family faced new challenges, samurai clans gaining power far from the court's walls. Emperors responded with a clever move: cloistered rule. Retired emperors, called insai, ruled behind the scenes to sidestep Fujiwara control. But the samurai were unstoppable. The Genpei War of the late 12th century saw the Taira and Minamoto clash for supremacy. The young emperor, Antoku, drowned in the Battle of Dan no Ura in 1185, a tragic symbol of imperial fragility. The victor, Minamoto no Yoritomo, became the first shogun, founding the Kamakura shogunate. While emperors continued to reign, real power shifted to the shogunate, military rulers who governed in the emperor's name. The royal family remained a sacred figurehead, performing rituals, legitimizing rulers, and embodying Japan's unity. From the 13th to 16th centuries, Japan fractured under competing shogunates and feudal lords. Emperors lived mostly confined to Kyoto's palaces, revered but powerless. Rival imperial lines even fought over succession during the Namboku-Cho period, splitting into northern and southern courts for decades. Stability returned under Tokugawa Ieyasu, who established the Tokugawa shogunate in 1603. The emperors were more ceremonial than ever, confined to Kyoto, while the Tokugawa shoguns ruled from Edo. Yet the chrysanthemum throne endured, a quiet symbol of divine legitimacy. Everything changed in the mid-19th century when Commodore Perry's black ships forced Japan to open its doors. As Western powers encroached, young samurai toppled the Tokugawa shogunate in the Meiji Restoration of 1868, restoring real power to the throne for the first time in centuries. Emperor Meiji, just 16, became the face of a modernizing nation. His court abolished the samurai class, centralized the government, built railways and factories, and adopted Western military systems. The emperor became a powerful political and spiritual figure, the living symbol of Japan's unity and its push to stand equal to Western empires. Under Meiji and his successors, the imperial institution took on an almost godlike aura. Shinto was reimagined as state Shinto, and the emperor was worshipped as a living deity. Japan's victories in wars against China, 1895, and Russia, 1905, cemented this imperial power. The Taisho era that followed saw Japan expand its influence in Asia, but political power gradually shifted to military leaders and ultra-nationalists. By the 1930s, under Emperor Hirohito, the country fell under militaristic rule. The emperor's role in World War II remains debated. He was both a symbol of Japan's aggression and its tragic surrender. In August 1945, after Hiroshima and Nagasaki were bombed, Hirohito made an unprecedented radio address. The Jokon Hoso, telling his people to accept defeat. The emperor renounced his divinity under the American occupation, transforming the monarchy into a purely symbolic institution. Post-war Japan embraced democracy and peace. The 1947 Constitution declared the emperor a symbol of the state and of the unity of the people, no longer divine, no longer a ruler with political power. Emperor Naruhito, known posthumously as Emperor Showa, reigned until 1989, steering Japan through recovery, economic miracles, and the trauma of wartime memory. His son, Emperor Akihito, ascended next, the first emperor to marry a commoner, Empress Michiko, symbolizing a more modern royal image. Akihito became a beloved figure, traveling nationwide to comfort disaster victims and heal wartime wounds, even expressing deep remorse for Japan's wartime past, a profound departure from the throne's silent traditions. In 2019, Akihito became the first emperor in 200 years to abdicate, passing the chrysanthemum throne to his son, Emperor Naruhito. Naruhito now stands as the 126th emperor of Japan's unbroken line, a constitutional monarch with no political power, but profound cultural significance. Yet, the royal family faces deep challenges. Japan's strict male-only succession law has sparked debate as the imperial household shrinks with few male heirs. Younger generations question the relevance of a costly, ancient institution in modern society, and so the world's oldest monarchy endures, a living link to myth and history, fragile yet enduring. Will the chrysanthemum throne survive the coming century? That is for Japan to decide. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more deep dives into the world's incredible histories.